Today, on Be Something Wonderful, Quantum Revision, what Neville Goddard didn't say. I am your host, Tom Karen, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, welcome back. One of our great, powerful creators on the channel asked some questions about revision on last night's video. I responded in detail in the comments, but I really want to take it to a new level today, because with revision, it's not so much about what Neville said. Hear this. It's about what Neville Goddard didn't say about revision. This is going to be a powerful unpacking today. We're going to go to where we've never gone before, but really where we've always been. That's the paradox. This is powerful. Let's start with our subscribers' questions. And you could also go to the comment section where I commented, but we're even going to go beyond those comments. So read the comments on that video last night, but then also this will tie up any loose ends. We're going to blow your mind today if you're open to it. Okay, so Tom, changing your past and/or revising is the same as a rejection of your own creation. I think that was more of a question, and that you interpreted my comments on last night's video that when you want to revise your past or change it, it's a rejection of your own creation. What I'm saying here is it can be. Whenever you're focused on wanting to change your current reality, you're rejecting your current reality. Whenever you're wanting to change something in the past, you're rejecting part of what you say who you are. So that's automatic. But as soon as you move to the improvement, you're over that. So it's not really arguing about that. And I want to get back to revision. Remember, when you say changing your past, you're assuming we're talking about linear time. So I want to debunk that for sure today, more than we ever have, ever. It's going to be big today, right? And then you said, would not a change of attitude towards a past event be easier or more beneficial? Well, easier and more beneficial is linear thinking. There's nothing good or bad or easier or harder. That's all linear thinking. That's your judgment. Those are your assumptions. Those don't matter. What matters here is, yes, a change of attitude about a past event will change your current state. That's what revision does. It changes your inner state. You start looking at that past differently. But hear this, when you look at the past differently, it changes the past. Okay? But not the past that you're saying was the past. Because remember, all scripts have been written. You can't change that script. What you're doing is moving. Hear this, you're moving to a new timeline that has that new revised past. There's such a big difference here, because you're saying, well, remember, a change in attitude is about establishing your relationship to the world mirror. That's all we're talking about here. You're establishing your relationship to the world, but when you do that, it changes things in all time. This is big today, right? Is revision changing attitudes? That was your question. It's partly that, but remember, revision is changing everything. So I really want to hit this today. It's not about what Neville Goddard said about revision. None of that's being debated, right? It's about what Neville Goddard didn't say, and you're ready to hear it, and this is going to blow your mind. And it's going to answer all your questions that you had, especially for this subscriber. So let's hit it. Let's step into this, right? The past and future are being created right now. That's important. Remember, there is no past and future. It's not linear time as in a river going from past to future. That's what you're assuming with revision, right? That there's some past event, right, that you want to change, that's in the past and you're in the present. And the assumption with revision, and it's a good assumption, and this is what Neville was getting at, when you revise it, if you revise an email or what someone said to you, it changes your inner state immediately. It changes your present, which then changes your future so you can realize your wish fulfilled. That's why that Neville presented that technique. It was all about imagining your wish fulfilled, moving to your wish fulfilled. But what he didn't say is that that changes the past. It's not about changing a linear, fixed, frozen event in the past, because all scripts are written. You can't change the past on that timeline. You can't. You can look at the past differently, and that's what revision does. So on that timeline, you haven't changed the past so much as changed your state within the present, which changes your future. But here's the thing. When you do revise an event, it does change the past, but not that past. It moves you, revision moves you to a new script, to a new timeline, right? That has a new past. I'm going to show you this, right? So your past and future are being created right now through your beliefs, assumptions, focus, and attention. In every moment and now, you're creating future and past events. And creation's finished. Hear this. But creation in infinity is also always expanding. That's the paradox. In any moment, if you freeze any moment in time, all events have been created. Everything that is, was, or ever be is all there. But as you unfreeze that frozen frame, as you think and believe and assume, you're creating new events, or in other words, new scripts, new linear timelines. Because everybody is, infinity just keeps expanding. But when you freeze it in the frame, then everything is, creation's finished. Creation's finished, but creation's always growing. This is big today. I'm going to get you, though. I got some diagrams for you, right? Not just a change of attitude or views about past events, okay? So we're not talking about just that the past and future are being created right now, that you're merely changing your attitude or views about events that already happened. We're going beyond that. You're not even just changing your perception. You're changing everything, right? It's a complete change in the timeline, or in other words, a shift to an alternative timeline. That's what revision does. That's what Neville didn't say, right? You're shifting to a whole new timeline. Why? Because the timeline you're on, you can revise that past event and see it differently, but it doesn't change that past event on that timeline. It moves you to a new timeline that has that new revised past. This is so big. So beyond revising the past event, revising or revision implies a belief in linear time, where if you change your attitude to the past, it changes your present and future. That's why Neville was really arming us or giving us the tools to imagine our wish fulfilled, to change our present, which changes the future. But this is what he didn't say. This is all true. Any change in attitude, in other words, any change in your relationship to the world mirror, this really goes with the mirror principles, will change your present and future. But it's bigger than that. It doesn't just change your present and future. It changes all time. So let's hit it. Well, that's two of them. Okay, let's get at this. So here's revision. Here's a diagram of revision. Revision, change of attitude, right? Neville liked to talk about that, right? And the subscriber talked about it. Here's your current timeline. Here's the past events that are technically unwanted, right? Here's your present frame, what you're in right now, and here's your future frames. You're imagining your wish fulfilled here, but you also want to revise a past event to get you in a better state in the present. Do you see that? This script has been written, so it's going to play out. So your wish fulfilled does not even play out on that script. You can imagine it here, but you move to a new script to realize it. So you can revise, you can imagine revising your past here, but your past doesn't change here. You move to a new timeline. This is big. The idea of revision is when we revise unwanted events to how we would have liked them to play out. It changes our attitude or our relationship to the world mirror, and how we remember the past. It changes our memory. And when we change our memory of the past, it changes the past. It's an imaginal act it's an image, an imaginal act of what we consider the past. But there is no time. So an imaginal act is an imaginal act. An image is an image. A memory is an image. Doesn't matter when that is, right? So here it is, right? Remember, this has been written. So the best you can do is get in a good place here in the present, see that past in a new light, create a new memory, but it doesn't change this past. And then imagine your wish fulfilled, but it doesn't create your wish fulfilled on this timeline. It moves you to an entirely new timeline with that revised past in your new future. Wow. I told you, right? This then shifts our inner state in the present, changing the present and the future, right? That's the idea of revision, right? It shifts your inner state in the present and it changes your present and the future. You are implying with your question that it's not really about changing past events. That's what you're implying, that it's about just changing your attitude towards the past events, that you're implying that those past events are fixed. And yes, they're fixed in one way, that you can't change that script, right? And that script has been written. It's been lived. It's done. But you can change the past by moving to a new timeline. That's what Neville didn't say, right? But your attitude towards them, right? But this is big. All scripts are written. So you're not changing the current script, present and future, but rather moving to a more favorable timeline. Do you see this, guys? It just gives you the ability to move. Wow, this is big. So I call it quantum revision. It's the next level revision. What is quantum revision? It's quantum revision, and I'm even going to put, we're going to trademark that. Quantum revision is the next level. It's what Neville Goddard didn't say, right? What is quantum revision? Here's that timeline. Timeline A, or script A, or film roll A, or lifeline A, hear this, it's a lifeline, it's a script, represents you, there's your unwanted past, there's your present frame, there's your desired future, right? But hear this, all of this is already written, so you're not going to realize your desired future here. You're going to realize it on the script that you move to. You're not going to change that unwanted past here. That past is past. That script has been written. In fact, you move to timeline, or you move to lifeline B. You realize you light up a new sector of the alternative space. You light up a new sector of the quantum field by revising the past here in your present frame. When you do that, you move to a new script, timeline, sector of the quantum field, that now you're living on a script or a timeline that has your revised past. You remember it differently because it is different. Do you see the dotted lines? It's a different past, right? And as you imagine your wish fulfilled, you're going to now experience your desired future of your wish fulfilled on this timeline. Do you see it? None of it exists on the current timeline. Right? That's why all the processes are created, for you to move timelines, right? Right? Part of it, right? But it's that inner state, right? Remember, your current lifeline or script cannot be changed. That cannot be changed. Your new lifeline or script with your revised past, or your new present and your new future of wish fulfilled, is on B. As an example, linear time is an illusion. Take this in, guys. This is so big today. This is quantum revision. It's next level. It's what Neville Goddard didn't say. So let's look at this. So here's the belief, right? And when we think of scripts, we do think in a parallel way, because we're linear thinking. We're in 3D reality. We think in straight lines. Right? We think in straight lines. Just like you were saying, isn't it easier? Or isn't it more beneficial? Those are just all judgments, right? Those are straight lines. There's linear thinking, right? What we're talking about here is that this is how we think. We think, you think you're on this timeline where you have this past that goes to then you're in your present, and that you go to your future. Linear time moving from past to future. But we talked about this in another video, and I even want to take it a step further today. In the now, here, in the now, you are creating new waves of timelines, new waves of Past, present, and future events. Past, present, and future. Past, present, and future. Past, present, and future. Every time you think, you're shifting reality. You're creating new possibilities. But if you freeze time in that moment, creation's finished. But it's also always expanding. Infinity is never complete, right? Always expanding. But only in a frozen moment of now, all that is creation's finished. Right? So it's always expanding. Each wave, in the moment of now, with your thoughts, feelings, and emotions, or how you revising, imagining your future, you could be imagining your wish fulfilled, or you could have been imagining, revising your past. Either way, you're sending out new, complete timelines or scripts. And you move to those timelines or scripts as you create them, right? Each wave is a timeline of a past, present, future, all created in the now as you, according to your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs and assumptions. Wow! Can you get this? Right? As you throw those pebbles of beliefs, assumptions, feelings, thoughts in that lake of now, you create entirely new timelines, entirely new scripts to be lived or not. Right? Depends if you move them. Infinity's ever expanding, but also it's also finished. Right? Wow, this is so big. Take a look at this. Take a snapshot of that, guys, because we're going to move on here. You are literally, here's what I really want to say, you're literally a reality generator. It's all coming from you. Right? You stand in this moment and now, expanding and creating new lifelines or waves of potential. Hear that from that moment. You saw those waves. Those are all lifelines. Past, present, and future on each of those. Creation's finished, but also expanding. That's mind-boggling, right? So I want to show you this. So think of it this way. You're thinking these events with linear thinking, but they're more like this. You hear this? They're more like this. It's not like this. It's like this. And past, present, and future are all there happening at the same time. Do you realize the magnitude of what we're talking about here? It's not this. We only do this because it's easier for you to understand it. Right? Parallel realities, alternative realities, right? Because we think in parallels. But it's all happening at the same time, and it's not a straight line. These are the events. These are the past, present, and future events that you're creating right now. That's so big. So big. So you're a reality generator, right? You're standing in this moment of now, creating new lifelines. Creation's finished, but also it's always expanding. That's the mind-boggling paradox, right? When Jesus said, all things are possible to him who believes, he was not kidding. What? He wasn't, whoops. He wasn't kidding. That was kidding. He was not kidding, right? That's blows your mind. Here it is. That's quantum revision. That's what Neville Goddard didn't say. I am your host, Tom Karen, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of Higher Consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification button, like and share our videos. That's how we get our message out. Hit us, and guys, don't forget to share the videos, the messages, the channel with your friends, families, strangers, co-workers, colleagues, everybody, because that's how we grow. That's how we get our message out. Follow us on Facebook at Be Something Wonderful, on Instagram and Twitter at Tom Karen, our website at tomkaren.com and BeSomethingWonderful.com, or just write me anytime at info@BeSomethingWonderful.com. I would love to hear from you. Until next time, with great love, with quantum love, see you soon.